I think I'm being fake excited, but actually I really am just happy. I can really just be happy. It doesn't have to be fake. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to... Oh my God, I've been doing so many lives. I don't even know where I am anymore. Welcome to Ice Cream Sundays. Yes, Sundays, not social. With Nougats of Truth. My name is Rose with Live by Design. This is my partner, Marita.
His eye seems to be watering a lot right now.
Yeah, something's going on. Maybe got some sawdust in it. Marita, one who catches sawdust with the path of Ish. Actually, one who catches lightning. We are here on Ice Cream Sundays. We do this every week. We actually have taken a couple weeks off because we've been doing some massive projects around the property and in the home front. You might be able to hear in the background right now, we have a literal backhoe with like a jackhammer front on it, breaking up lava rock. Not too far from our window over here. We're super grateful that they're here doing work, but just bear with us if you hear that in the background. And I wanted to just say that some of you watching us here may not know this, but this live and also our ice cream socials and our Patreon moon ceremonies are one of the ways that you can get access to us, like for a really stunningly small amount of money. And the rest of the spaces that you have to access us through are not usually that cheap. I run a group, the Adventurers Club as well, and that's another way that I provide a huge amount of free support. But if you have been with us before, if you like our live, I would highly recommend hopping into the Moon Ceremony Patreon, the Ice Cream Social Patreon. We just had a couple new people join. We're super excited about that. Want to do shout out to all of our Patreon members. We love you, and you guys get access to us in a way that other people that pay that amount do not get access to us. Like, there's just no other way to access us that cheaply. And we do it because we like to create offerings that are for people at all different kinds of levels. You know, it's part of the values that we have, even though we're also building businesses to support ourselves and to support our family and to build this farm that we're building. So,
I'm having
you having it? Is it the smoke? Anyway, Marita will be right back. Until then, let me just give you the lowdown. This is Ice Cream Sundays with Nougats of Truth. My partner is right here usually. They will be right back. My partner does go by they, them, just so you know. I know a lot of people say, hey girls, hey sisters, hey this. Just a little, you know, bringing a little awareness to it. Marita actually goes by they, them. And so if you want to, you know, help us, just saying that is really wonderful because it acknowledges my partner's identity. I go by she, her, and they, them. And today on Ice Cream Sundays, as we do every time we hold this, we do single card readings, and also we do ice cream chakra clearings, hence the name of the live. This is spiritual work, spiritual AF, and we usually start, we will draw from randomly for those one-on-ones. So if you are interested in getting in and getting a one-on-one, what you need to do is put your name, it's from this, is to put your name, and not put your name, but to write a comment that lets us know either that you would like a card or a clearing, that you would, if it's a card, what is your question? We really, really want you to ask a focused question. The more focused the question you ask, the better and the clearer the answer you're gonna get is, because these are short readings. It is a free offering. We do keep our readings pretty short. And so if you wanna get a really good answer, ask as focused a question as possible. And then finally, for both card or a clearing, you will put permission granted. And check in with yourself before you put permission granted. This is an opportunity for you to let us know that you consent. And Taking a pause before you consent to things is a really great practice to have, to just notice, like, what is my body telling me somatically? Like, what is going on, right? We've been doing this live for over 2 years at this point, and have reached hundreds of thousands of people.
Only when you share, and sharing is caring, and it's free.
Yeah.
Also, this offering, you know, not only it's different from the work that we do as individuals, so it's kind of fun for us to be able to come
It is
in.
unique.
It is unique. If you are a student of mine over at the Path of Ish, we are hardcore medicine wheel, shamanic teachings, 400-year-old traditions.
No ice cream chakra
No
clearings.
ice cream chakra clearings, no cards, right? We talk to rocks and trees, and we're actually...
I use cards.
Rose does. So if you're interested in that, or you're wondering, wait a minute, I see Marita doing this, but then I see her doing the Mayan calendar, and then I see her doing this.
I let all of them know that you are they, them, by the way.
I heard-
So calling yourself her is
Oh,
little...
did I say that? I don't even know what I said. So anyways, if you see me and you're wondering what's going over at the Path of Ish, that is really the shamanic path that we are teaching. We are teaching curanderismo, we are teaching Apache, Lakota, Mayan, Hopi teachings and things like that. So that is really where my focus is. This is a fun little thing that we do together. And let's get started. So we're going to...
And we're ridiculously good looking.
That is true.
Let's just throw that in. I feel like the lighting is very nice today, so I'm just gonna like toot my own horn for a minute. Look at my amazing, beautiful partner.
His eye is still kind of probably watering.
But you just look so good on camera. You really do. Good looking. So, how it's gonna work? You start putting your name in the comments. You start getting your name on the list. We have some folks who are already know how to do it. They're signing up. If you need to be reminded about exactly how to do it, just check out their comments and follow their lead. And I am going to be drawing a card for the group for the week ahead, basically. During that time, you can still be putting in your name for the drawing to be getting a one-on-one.
Stay till the end. If you don't get picked now, what we have... the feedback that we have received is that people are like,
repeatedly,
oh my God, you know, that I had the same question, or that card seems like it was for me. So we build a container here, right? If you want in, you say yes. If you don't, you don't have to. And we do a clearing at the end. So it is, it's great to be able to stay through the whole show and partake in all of it.
Yeah. It is good to stay to the end. People get a lot from other people's readings. That's been my experience. And I love listening to other people's readings. I sometimes need to hear the readings that we give to you. Today we are going to be using a deck of cards that our friend created. Special shout out to Marita Luna Moreno. Medicine Moon. This is the Fairy Medicine Oracle. And I supported Marita in making this deck, some of the work. I wasn't her publisher or anything like that, but I supported her in doing some of this work. And look at the edge. The edge is not just gold, it's purple. It's metallic purple. It's really cool. And I have to tell you that because I know, like, we talked about a lot of the content, you know, the meaning behind a lot of the cards. These cards have really deep messages and really, there's a lot of layers to them. So there's kind of like the top level message, and then there's like the deeper level message, and then you can even go deeper than that. And I really like that because it allows people to kind of have like an easy entry point into working with cards, but then it also doesn't stop being useful once you've like worked with them for a little while, or if you're not, or you've worked already with fairy medicine or with cards or whatever. There's a lot of layers. Mm-hmm. It's not just the obvious thing, right?
We'll put a link on, so if you want to order these, you can go ahead and order them. We don't get any money out of this.
No,
it's just
no
a good
money.
friend. And if you have oracle cards that you've made that you want us to use here, and we help plug you,
yes,
hey, we will do that. You know?
I love oracle cards. I am regularly trolling Kickstarter to look for independent oracle card decks being created. I have some amazing ones right now. I have this whole oracle card deck that's like 1920s Berlin style. Like, there's people out there making really amazing work. It's this beautiful synthesis between like art and creativity and meaning and spirituality and like this beautiful physical designed product. I love it. I'm a big fan. But these, I'm telling you, the purple on the edge of these cards, I like can't get enough of it. It's
one of these days we're gonna make a deck, right?
Oh, I know. Well, I started
two?
figuring out what's going on with my tablet so that I can see if I can do, you know, otherwise I might have to get another one because it's so old.
Well, that will have to wait. Okay, so let's get the card for the week.
Whatever.
If you follow me over in the Mayan calendar, we are still in the Trecena, the 13 days of Manik. Manik is the deer who gets us through, right? We've been back. Yeah, it is. We've been, oh no, I think we've been back to back with signs that are really, really about getting to the depths, getting through, and getting to. So if you've been experiencing a lot going on, that is why. The good thing is that they're here to help us. The difference between the Mayan calendar versus Western astrology, where you're born under a house, which influences you. Here you work with the energies because you were created with the energies to fill your life purpose. Debbie's Sprite, we will get you the link and we'll put it in here. I'll text Marita. I'll be like, what is that link again?
Yeah, we can definitely get the link in here. So, okay. So the card that I pulled for the week, and again, you can still be putting your names in to be entered in for, we're going to pick 3 people to do one-on-one readings and clearings today. So you can put your name in and then we will draw you randomly at the end of this. So until the end of this reading for the week, that is just a general reading of energy for folks and a message from the universe and moi. You still have time. Cool. Okay. Enchanted Marriage. Oh my God! Join your beloved and sacred union. The fairies bless this commitment. When this card appears, I'm going to read from the book because I'm new to using these cards too, and so I'm excited to just read it. But I'm going to tell you a little bit more just from my own perspective as well. When this card appears in your reading, the fairies announce a sacred coming together that is about to take place. Most likely, this message is connected to a union of romantic nature. This is not an ordinary moment. Taking this step forward to a deeper, more formal commitment in your relationship requires you to be fully present in the here and the now. Only then the gateway to this great new journey can open. By making this commitment to your beloved, you are choosing to walk with them and they are choosing to walk with you. It's big, right? It's not small to choose to walk beside somebody or to choose a new path. This is so much more than just having achieved an important milestone in your life. Through the sacred ceremony of a wedding or a similar celebration, you are opening the door to deeper intimacy and you're declaring yourself ready to receive the gifts that only a truly committed, long-lasting partnership can bring. With this card, the fairies confirm that you're on the right path and that this union is blessed by them. Trust your heart and know that it's safe for you to make this commitment. Additional meanings. Say yes to the path that your heart is showing you. It's time for a more formal commitment in a business or work relationship. You're about to meet a new romantic partner who will stay with you for a long time, possibly someone you'll get married to. Those are the possible additional meanings. Personally, I'm feeling these: say yes to the path that your heart is showing you, and it's time for a more formal commitment in a business relationship. To my business, really. There's not another person involved, I don't think. So let's talk about this card. There's a few things I want to highlight here. First of all, it said, this is not an ordinary moment. And this card is asking you to draw your attention to the threshold that you are in the process of crossing, right? You may need to get her out, but that's fine. it's time to bring your attention to something that is about to change in your life. So if you are at the edge of like an actual marriage or some type of commitment in a relationship, that can be about that. But it also can be any type of major shift that you are crossing the threshold of right now. And to bring your awareness to this moment and notice how you feel right now, how you felt before you even began this shift, and how you are going to feel after the fact. We've got a crazy little Chi-Chi right here. Don't bite me. Don't bite. You're just going to chew on me on camera, huh? She's just, ow. Don't bite. She's feeling crazy. The other thing I want to bring your attention to when it comes to this card, here, if you want to look at it, is the fact that it's a big deal to commit yourself to another person, to a business. Sometimes we make these decisions to a path, to like a major shift in your life. And there's something so amazing about really stopping and being like, holy crap, like another person is choosing to walk beside me for a long time. And no matter how long it lasts, that's a commitment that's really significant. Do you know how much our lives are shifted by being in partnership with another person? Massively. It also means we are giving something very significant to another being. And they are giving something really significant to us. Whoa, she's mouthy right now, huh? There was one more thing I wanted to tell you. First of all, this is the second to the last card in the deck. Also that this is like a declaration, so when there's something about the process of ceremony and ritual sometimes when we are like at the threshold, right? When we're about at a new stepping off point. That you taking the time to actually like honor the shift that's about to happen, the thing that you're stepping into, this declaration that you are ready to receive the gifts of being in commitment to something, whether it is a person, whether it is a path, whether it is a business, whether, whatever it is. There are different gifts that come when you are in a commitment to something. And by having this kind of marker, this ceremony, this celebration, it is telling the universe, I'm ready to learn the lessons. I'm ready to grow in this way. I'm ready to receive in this way, right? So this card is like, this is a big threshold card. But there's definitely an element of like celebration, commitment. It's pretty big juice in this card. Let us know how this resonates for you. We've got some new folks on. If you're just joining right now, welcome to Ice Cream Sundays with Nougats of Truth. I'm Rose with Live by Design. This is my partner Marita, one who catches lightning with the path of Ish. And this is our weekly, mostly weekly, every once in a while we take a break, free live that we do single card readings and ice cream chakra clearings, which are created by us. Nobody else does them. We are right now still taking just a few more names, and then we will randomly draw who we are going to be doing single card readings and ice cream chakra clearings for today. 3 people for the day, and then after that, we're going to do a clearing for the whole group. So we've got some names on the list. How are we feeling? Are we feeling ready? Mm-hmm. Who's here, by the way? Let's say hi to some people. Elaine's here. Celeste. Debbie. Hello. January, back. Angelique, Moonwillow. Oh my gosh, we got a lot of people. Kelly, Teariki, and of course the crazy Chi-Chi. Chihuahua.
So we drew three names, and we have Kelly. Are you still here with us? Hi, Sonia. Kia ora, how are you? Debbie, are you still with us? And Te Ariki, we pulled you as well, so stay tuned for your card, right? Hi, January night. Kelly, are you with us?
Kelly, we pulled your name, so if you are here,
Debbie
we
Sprake,
are going
are you
to
with
do.
us?
Is Kelly a clearing or a?
Yeah.
Kelly, so we got your
Debbie's
name.
Here. Okay,
Great, Debbie's here. Kelly, are you here? Because we're going to do your clearing. If you are not here, we
go
are
to the next
going to
person.
do the next person. I don't have my bell. I put it away. I don't know. Where's my
Kelly, there you
my little
are.
bell?
Okay, Kelly, let's do a clearing. Debbie, you're next, and then Te Ariki.
We don't have our little bell.
Bing.
I know. What happened to it?
Okay, here we go. Let's do the first clearing.
Let me just do a bell really quick. I just feel like with all that going on outside.
Again, if you're just joining us, my name is Marita, one who catches lightning with the path of Ish. I act as Ish of the Mayan calendar and Jaguar. We are right now taking applications for people who want to walk 6 months to 12 months in the medicine circle, learning from the different medicines of multiple traditions that I've been trained in since birth. If you're interested, hashtag Jaguar, and I'll send you a link to fill out an application. Anything for you?
I'm about to open up some one-to-one coaching spots. Very, very special program. And I'm also going to be doing free calls for a little bit, which I haven't done for like over a year. My calls and my focus, and I'm going to be doing an event in my group as well to kind of give you a sense of like what the calls are about. And it's going to be all about transmuting your wounds and your weaknesses into things that are strengths and that are powers and that are gifts. What I've noticed is sometimes that the things that we think of as our greatest weakness, that we think of as being the thing that holds us back in business, in love, in whatever, moving forward in life, we can actually turn those things into incredible assets, into things that help us stand out as business owners, that help us actually connect to people who might struggle with the same things, that have given us tools that help us to move through things and assist others. So that it's all about transmutation. That is going to be the entry point. If you are interested in being a part of the free masterclass that I'm going to be doing about it very soon, hashtag transmute. And I will follow up with you, invite you to my group. It's going to be happening in my Facebook group, The Adventurers Club. Super great, not just for business owners, but definitely useful for business owners. I am all about that transformational energy. It's like crazy in my Vedic astrology chart. I have the eclipse energy all over the place. So I am very good at that. Cool, let's get started. We have Kelly first. Kelly, you're here, she's here and ready to go, or did we? Okay, cool. You let me know when you're ready.
Go. The flavor that I'm getting is what is it? Pralines, pecan. What is the flavor?
Praline.
Praline. There's some weird words in English. So the pralines. Madre de Dios, pralines. Is
I
what
want
I'm
to say
getting.
pralines too for some reason, but it's
Pecan,
pralines.
but what's the difference between pralines and
Pralines are like they are pecans that have had it like a candied kind of process happening.
So I'm getting kind of the flavor is pralines and kind of vanilla ice cream. And this is really about, I love that you said process, right? Because vanilla can be processed or natural, right? Very, very different flavors, just like pecan can be different from, you know, some things that have, that when they become pralines. Madre de Dios, just spoke. And so that being said, this is really about where are you in the process of things and what are the energies that you are bringing in. And this is for your first chakra, your connection to Mother Earth, right? Are you, when you're thinking of family, home, community, connecting to Mother Earth, using things that are true or more natural, right? Or are you still stuck in stories that are generational or things that are sugar coated? this is really an opportunity over the next 6 weeks to really face all the things that you've not wanted to face, and actually have the energy and the guidance and the support to be able to get through them and be that person that you've always wanted to be. This is really a time to get back to that which is true and natural, and there's a purity about it, right? And it's going to take work. It will take work. Everything takes work. But the energies are here to support you doing so. So that's what I got.
One moment, sorry. Crazy little chihuahua. Crazy little chihuahua.
Our chihuahua is loose now. Someone was asking earlier. Actually, you were. Kelly was asking. The chihuahua's on the loose, just so you know.
Oh, Kelly was asking about what?
The chihuahua.
Oh, yeah. The chihuahua is very adorable. And also when she gets chewy, like, it's crazy. The flavor that I got for you is green apple, like sour, tart, Granny Smith, Pippin, that like really, really green apple flavor. Not the super sweet Fuji apples, not, Honeycrisp apples, but that tartness and that combo with vanilla ice cream. Did you have vanilla ice cream in yours too? That's interesting. We both have vanilla. So for me, it's about the contrast between the two. When we use apples to cook, like apple pie or something like that, it's super yummy. The flavor, some of it comes through, but we also sometimes tend to like over sugar things, and then you lose completely. Is that what you were even? So it's the same exact thing.
It's the like same thing.
This is like to support you in not over sugaring, not candy coating, not erasing the goodness of something by laying so much over the top of it to make it palatable that the original flavor, the meaning, the gift of it is gone, right?
You have the same thing.
How hilarious. I was kind of paying attention, but I kind of wasn't paying attention.
Hi, Haley. Well, there you go, Kelly. So seems like it's very solid.
This is for your third energy center and also your throat chakra. So your throat chakra and your third chakra here, right, about expression. But having a balanced throat chakra is not just about speaking. It's also about having a balance between speaking and not speaking and having clarity of expression around that. And the third energy center is like the fire, the power, the engine room of the ship. It's a place where, the steam that powers us forward comes from. And for me, this is tied to both. It's tied to both because actually sometimes when we sugarcoat things, and I still am always grappling with this as like a business owner, there is a balance between sugarcoating things and making it a little bit more palatable, and then actually doing it in such a way that you become exhausted because you're just like pouring so much in that it's tiring. It's just tiring to constantly be trying to make something be more palatable to the point where it isn't even what it originally was. Like that is exhausting. It's exhausting for putting things out into the world. It's exhausting at work. It's exhausting in communication. It's just like too much. So this is to clear throat and solar plexus of that energy. We're going to end it there, but go ahead and just like take some breaths and let everything that we've said and all of the energy that is coming through around that really soak in, wash through, take some nice deep breaths, and don't just rush on to the next thing. Allow yourself a moment to really sit with this feeling in your body. Okay?
Okay.
Disconnecting. And
thank you, Kelly.
Thanks, Kelly. Nice to see you.
Again, if you're interested in joining us in a smaller version of this, where we really kind of go more in depth, #Patreon. I'll put the Patreon link. We have a lot of ways that you can join us either here or in moon ceremonies that are really low cost, and you get to build community. We have people from all around the world that join, and it's really fun to do.
And they're all recorded as well. So sometimes when they're not at a time that, people
The moon,
in different
not the
time
ice cream
zones.
ceremonies.
The moon, yes, thank you. The moon ceremonies are all recorded. So if you are in a time zone that's super difficult to access them, then you can listen to the recording, and still we release them as quickly as possible so that it's still in that timing of being in that moon energy as well.
Okay, Debbie, you're next. First you said you wanted a clearing, then you said you wanted a card, and I need the question so we actually can pull the cards. So if you give us a question, we will do that. If not, we will do the clearing. So let us know. And then we'll do Te Ariki. She has a card, and then we will do the final clearing, and
Cool.
that will be it.
And that's going to be a wrap. And you know what we're doing right now? We are working on building a chicken coop. That's what we're doing here at the casa. So you can imagine we are.
Okay.
Did you get a question?
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell me what it is?
Question is, am I on the right path?
Around what?
Yeah, Debbie, can you be a little bit more specific? We try to get people to be really specific in their ask because there's power in that, right? If you want to hit a target, you gotta aim for it. So one of the things that
we're a little different than other readers out there.
Yeah, we don't do general card readings. The reason, because we want to empower you, right? We want to empower you to really ask for what you want and to get as focused as you can. Because so many times, specifically, I feel like with readers, people like to be nebulous so that they can then decide what they want to receive or not, and then add their own stuff into it. And the more focus you ask, the harder it is to wiggle out of it. So spiritually.
Oh, look, you turn on captions?
It does it now.
Super cool. That makes me really happy. I wonder if there's some really funny captions that come up. Anyway, I am so glad that there's captions because I think that is amazing. We just need to have captions on everything. And it's so much work to go back and try to add them. Cool. So let us know your path regarding what? Your love life, your spirituality. Great. Thank you. All right. I'm going to do one more of these.
Wanting to become a shaman.
It's an interesting one.
Well, Debbie, you should be taking my classes then.
Well, Debbie, the card that we got for you is Find Peace in the Situation. This is the Fairy Medicine Oracle by Marita Luna Moreno. She is a dear friend of ours, and the messages behind this oracle are good. They're really good, and I love it. So it says, embrace the present, accept what it is so that you can move forward. You know, the vibe that I'm getting here is that there is something that needs to be embraced around your desire and the root of your desire and your sense of self-value and really going into the practice of seeing in a deeper way and revealing and looking and shining some serious light on pieces that I'm not sure are being totally consciously processed yet. I have a sense that you are connected to the fact that they're there, and it may be part of why you are questioning whether or not you're on the right path. But, you know, part of the energy of being a healer, a shaman, a medicine person is moving into the energy of wholeness and integration. And right now, my sense is to be able to move forward and decide whether you're on the right path and to take the next step on that path is to really embody what it is to be that in this moment right now. Begin your practice in this moment, and whether or not you move forward at this time will come as an answer from really, really being in that place of, am I integrated? What are the parts of me that are being disowned right now. You know, am I doing this to fill in a need to feel valuable to other people, as opposed to being of service and feeling that wholeness of personal value, right? Which is a journey. I'm not saying that we need to automatically be there as people, right? What are you getting?
Well, and I just want to make sure that, you know, the medicine path is a path. It's a path, right? There's no certifications, no gold star. I give gold stars just to some people who like them, right? Just verbally. It's a way of being in the world. You know, you don't just all of a sudden one day put on something and do the thing and then do the ceremony and then leave. It's a way of walking. Therefore, it's a way of always being a student, and a way of always knowing that you're going to have to work on yourself. That being a medicine person doesn't mean you have arrived. Doesn't mean you have things figured out. It means that you are dedicated to work as much as you can to create wholeness and integration, and to live this human experience, and to teach others how to do that, and to learn from not just the two-legged, but the four-legged, right? To learn from the trees and Mother Nature, and how to get back and remember that balance. But if you're wanting to step into that, you have to understand that you're not supposed to have everything figured out.
No,
and then take the
sorry
path.
if I gave that impression as well.
And know that it could be a very long one, right? Some people, like myself, have been dedicated for it all their lives. I mean, I did some crazy things when I was 20, but you know, so I think it's just when I see embrace the sit present, accept what it is, accept where you are now, and know that that is sacred.
And I think the other piece of this, because it says find peace in the situation, is it's encouraging you to, can you find peace inside of yourself and practice having peace inside of yourself in the midst of not knowing, in the midst of being in transition, in the midst of uncertainty and maybe feeling unresolved. Being at peace with the unresolved is one of the most powerful skills that we can have in life. Being at peace with paradox, with things that seem to contradict each other, right? With things that are unresolved and incomplete, right? It's like people often say, oh, never go to bed angry, right? With your partner, like that's a rule, never go to bed angry. I think that's bullshit, because if we actually are working on our relationship skills, you're not going to be able to resolve everything. You need to be okay with sometimes leaving things unresolved and having that peace and that trust. That has been a lifesaver for me when it comes to so many things, not just relationships. And I think this is asking you to practice having peace now. Practice finding peace inside yourself now, even without answers, without knowing whether you're on the right path. It's very like, go meditate on that, student answer. Cool. There you go. Well, what do you think about all that? Okay.
Debbie, I put a link so you could check out Jaguar, the mystery school that I have going on at the Path of Ish, Jaguar Tree. It has changed people. It has really changed people's lives.
I think in unexpected ways. Like sometimes I feel like when you get into certain types of training, you have some sense of what you're going to get out of it. And I would say Marita's work is not quite like that. Like for some people, I think they might have some sense because they have more experience and they might know Marita better, but it still is surprising. Like it's unexpected. It's not only unexpected how how people's lives change, but they're also like, why did this change my life in this way so profoundly? So like the things that lead to the changes are also unexpected. What? I don't know if you're grasping that, but it's totally true.
I have a few students who are on here watching who are part of my ceremonial cacao class, and I'm sure they're like, I didn't know I signed up for this, but it's amazing.
It'll challenge you. We're hardcore in this household. If you haven't realized this by now, if you're following us, we are hardcore. And we still watch Netflix, and we still,
Have pizza once in a
have
while.
frozen pizza, and we still, have normal lives, but like we go at it, man. And that's the only reason we survive each other, because people who were not like us would not survive with either of us when it comes to like how much we like to change and grow and transform and like go into the things that we're scared of. How fast. Transformation whiplash. Okay.
There we go. Calling Te Ariki, making sure you are here with us. Te Ariki.
Good to have some New Zealanders in the house.
Yeah,
I know we haven't been live in that group for a while, and I have to say we miss you all, but also we've had so much on our plates. It's just been a bit much to.
Rosalina, I love it. She says her and her partner are the same.
Yeah.
Ride or die, baby, ride or die. Okay, hi Megan, how are you? Just checking, see if Te Ariki is still here. Thank you, Kelly. You are amazing as well. Bum, 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 bum. Yep, here she goes. Okay, so we're doing a card. Hi, Megan. Hope you're well. I'm so glad that the fire stopped. So to add health, but spiritual, mental, physical, kind of all. Is it balanced? Are they in the right space and stuff like that?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Rosalina.
Interesting.
My mom always sends me. My mother always sends me that isn't, it's not even a meme, but it's just like the Mexican, like we can. Like
not Mexican.
Yeah, Mexican. So anytime she thinks we're gonna, and whatever, we're all really hard workers in my family, but she loves sending that. She's like, you see?
So funny.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
so which one? It's really quite an interesting duo that I pulled, huh?
Pull one more. Pull one more.
You pull it.
Here, that's the one. That's the one that we'll have. Okay. So this is Te Ariki. We pulled something again. Awesome new cards. We're working with this deck. This is a really good friend of mine, and someone who I actually would recommend, who is, works meticulously. Comes from a Lakota tradition. Very good friend of mine, Maritza, not Marita, Maritza Moreno. Hilarious as well, and one of those people that is actually working out there in integrity. There's a lot of people out there that say that they do walk a medicine path, and well, let's just say I 100% recommend Maritza. And so she came up with this beautiful Fairy Moon Oracle card deck. We'll put the link in here. I've already done it. Fairy medicine. And what you got moon medicine upside down. So what does that mean? Okay, sometimes it's just looking at things from a new perspective.
What number is it?
29. So when I see this, and she has a raven, and I actually pulled this card the other day, it's really about, a time of reflection, right? The moon always reflects light, but what are you reflecting? Are you making sure that you're reflecting your truth, your beauty, your divinity, and working at that, at being your sun and moon at the same time, and creating that balance, and making sure that you're stepping outside of other people's stories, right? And letting, you can't save everyone, right? You can't take away their lesson. And right now you're taking away too many people's lessons. That's why you're fatigued. That's why you're tired, because you're carrying too much. So one of the things about this, when we have Raven here, is really being able to decipher and look at your tools. And your tools seem to need an upgrade. What does that mean? So what are your meditation? What are your clearing, your grounding, things like that, or actual physical tools that you use? You got to look in. They need an upgrade because you have changed. You have grown, and you're still working with tools that used to serve you, and they no longer serve you. And then also look at the people you are surrounded by, Many might not be serving you as well. So this is really about transition. Where are you in the cycle of the moon, right? Are you showing and reflecting other people's light, right, out of a quote unquote sense of caring, but is actually harming them because they're not learning their lessons? So this is an opportunity for you to step into yourself, step into your light, step into your reflection, and find good teachers to help you upgrade your tools.
Okay, so the piece that feels really relevant for me here is, I was just reading through it, the piece that really stands out, I think you mentioned this already, Marita, is feel the truth instead of overanalyzing your situation, and specifically overanalyzing it by taking in the input of lots of people. Really connecting to your own, there's times when we need to like listen to other people and get a lot of guidance. And sometimes guidance actually helps us because when we hear it, we realize what doesn't feel true for us. And that still helps us get to the truth of what we're trying to get to. But in your case, I think, it's time, don't over rely on input from other people. There's times when it actually really starts to fuck with you. Let me give you an example. Silly one, because our puppy is still running around stealing dirty rags out of our laundry bin right now, and she's having a grand time doing it. We reached a point, anybody who's had a puppy knows that like there's a thing called puppy blues. It is, like most people experience this, where you have tons of regret that you got a dog. You're just like, what the hell did I do to my life? I think I want to get rid of it. I'm exhausted. I'm angry. I'm tired. I'm sad. It could be more angry. It could be more sad. And we reached this point where we were working with an expert Chihuahua trainer.
2 days. No.
We were working with an expert Chihuahua trainer online. I did like a consult with her because Chihuahuas have their own personalities, and like obviously each one is different, but there's also every breed has its own tendencies. And I was reading all these different articles about them and getting all this different advice, and people were telling me, oh, do this, do that, do this, do that. And we reached a point where it was a bad day. Let me just put it that way. I was pretty angry. I was exhausted. I was frustrated. And I realized it was time to like set down all the training advice for a while and just pay attention to the dog that was in front of me. And also not overtrain and try to make everything work on the timelines that they said are normal developmentally. And to also stop listening to the advice that basically made it impossible for us to do the things we had to do in our life. Because basically then you're just in this place of fighting. And so when you're getting advice that conflicts with your life, sometimes you're like, oh shit, like I committed to something that is very in conflict with my life. But there's other times where you need to like release your grip on the advice of other people for a little bit. I see this happen with business coaches. I see this happen with spiritual guidance. I see this happen with anything where you're basically going to other people, trying to get answers on what to do and how to make it easier. And they're giving you advice that just doesn't work with your life. The name of my business is Live by Design. The design is not based on a set of plans that you can purchase. The design is based on you. Both in social work and design, which are the 2-degree specialties that I have. The center of the problem solving is you, is the person, is the client, is you in your own life. And there's a reason that the subtitle of my business says there is no path until you walk it. So advice is only going to get you so far. Okay. That is the reading that I've got for you. Do you have anything else you want to add before we move on? Awesome. There you go. Thank you so much, Teariki. It's good to see you. Disconnecting. Let me just do this.
So we've come to the end. So we're going to do a group clearing. The way that you participate here is you just write permission granted in the comments. and you will receive the clearing. If you do not write permission granted, whether you're watching it now or later, you do not get this clearing. It's pretty easy.
If you also want to be witnessed in something that you are letting go of, it is very close to the full moon still, right? We're just a day or a day and a half away from the full moon at its peak. The full moon energy is still very much with us at this time. If you would like to let go and release, the full moon is the time of fullness. So though you can also talk about manifesting and what you're going to be calling in, this is a great time to be releasing the things that you are realizing, you know what, I'm gonna let these ones sail away on the ocean tide of this full moon, right? So if you would like to be witnessed in that and name those things for this clearing, you can also put that into the comments as well. And we will all witness and support you. And if you don't, no worries. This is a consent-based process.
Let's do
Anything
it.
else?
No.
Cool. Got some strong vibes vying here. That's what I feel. Got some people who are like, oh, this is what I need. This is what I need. And some other people, this is what I need. This is what I need. Got some strong energies present with you guys today.
So I got juniper berries.
Ooh, I'm going loquat.
Okay.
Do you know what you want to describe yours?
You know, this is really about, what do you use juniper berries, right? Other than, in gin. No, but this is this idea because they are coming from cone, como se dicen los, pine trees, cone, kind of that family.
Evergreen.
Evergreen, madre de Dios, thank you. Evergreen. English is not my first language. So,
Or coniferous. Or
coniferous.
whatever.
That's actually what I was thinking. Coniferous, evergreen. That as we spend these final weeks in the time of the north, in the northern hemisphere, which is in the medicine wheel, the time of, sitting with the ancestors and being ready to plant our seeds and planting the seeds of our potential as the ancestors remind us, right, how to do it, right? I worked in food business and agriculture almost all my life, and sometimes you only get one chance at a harvest, right? And so you want to sit down always next to the person who's had the most harvests to get the most knowledge about how they dealt with, it was a flood year, it was a dry year, it was this, then we had, this happen. And so you want to sit with the memory of those who have planted many seeds and have had to be able to harvest or not harvest things sometimes, right? Doesn't mean you stop planting seeds, irregardless of what that harvest will be or what it will look like. Sometimes you're going to get a bountiful harvest and then you have too much and you don't have anything, right? You don't have enough things and then you're buying extra things to deal with the harvest and need extra help. So sometimes it's really like we always think, I'm like, I want a lot, right? And so we send out a lot of intentions and then we don't know what to do with it all, right? Or we don't plant enough and then we don't have enough. So this is really about sitting down, this opportunity with Juniper to really see how can we get as focused as possible, knowing that our life is evergreen, that we are always changing and growing, and that the berries will come and they will go and they will attract different things. So this is really, what do you want to attract? What do you want to plant? And can you stick with it, right? It's not easy sometimes, We have corn growing over here that's doing really well. Corn over here that's like this tall and already trying to have a corn husk. This one's like 6 feet tall. Very windy over here, protected over here, right? Two different environments, but they're still trying. They are still trying to live their potential. So this is saying, come spring, right? As we come upon the vernal equinox, are you ready to stick with it and understand that there's times for planting, there's times of working hard, there's times of harvesting, and then there's times of remembering. Whether you exist in the cycle of the medicine wheel for seasons, or also how within each season there's times for that. So this is really about all of that. Anything else?
Loquat is a sweet and a tart. It is fuzzy on the outside and it's really like tender on the inside. It has big hard pits, but it's super nutritious and delicious, and there's tons of them usually on the trees. So this energy is about the energy of, again, paradox and sort of like things that we think of as like, it's clearing out the energy of any of you or anybody who's listening to this on the replay. It's to clear out that energy that says that we cannot be two things together at the same time, that we have decided are in opposition to each other, or that don't exist together, because many times those things do get to exist together. We just either haven't figured out what that looks like because we haven't had models, or we have a story that they don't exist together because we've been told you can be this or you can be that. You get this or you get that. And some of those stories were based on old contexts, were based on the resources that those people had, which may be very different than the resources that we have. There are so many reasons why it's time to clear out the energy that says you only get to be this or that. Now, I'm not saying we won't have to make choices ever. You still sometimes have to make choices. But we can actually have different parts of ourselves at the same time that we may have learned we don't get to have at the same time. There are so many creative ways to be a human being that probably we haven't even been exposed to, because there's billions of us and so many different cultures, right? And cultural contexts. And I'm not just talking about big cultures, I'm talking about like little family cultures and little, like, there are so many different ways to be a human being. So if you have a story right now that says, I either get this or that, and oh, it's so hard to choose between the two, I want you to pause and ask yourself if that's really true, or if maybe you actually just haven't creatively seen or understood how they get to exist together. And instead think, I get to be both of these things, and see what comes out of that statement. See if there's a how that comes out of that statement. Oh, you know how? Oh, I just need more resources to do this. Oh, I just need a relationship that allows me to do that, right? Like I can't even tell you. There's so many possibilities. So that's where we're going to leave you folks. A reminder, if you want to be a part of our Patreon, #Patreon. It is the best, easiest, cheapest way to get regular access and support from us. If you want to work deeper with us and you want to check out what we're doing on a regular basis, the Path of Ish is Marita. I am Live by Design. I don't keep my business page super active right now. So the best way to be a part of my world is to be in the Adventurers Club, which is the group that I run. It's got about just over 500 people in it right now. And I am going to be doing a masterclass soon, as I said, about transmuting your wounds and the things that you see as weaknesses into strengths. So #adventure if you want to be a part of that. And we will see you very soon. It's been a pleasure. Remember, until we see you next time, to live your life to the sweetest. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.